Admittedly, it's been a bit of a while with Dead by April in terms of that last song coming out, and I believe there's an album that's on the precipice, at least at some point, of coming out. I thought they mentioned as much. I didn't see anything noted in the description of this video that we're about to look at, so I could be wrong, but either way, I'm excited for new music. They've done a bunch of singles, at least thus far, leading up to maybe an eventual album release. But I think so far this new road with Dead by April, which I've loved them for a very long time. You know, I came on them late. I came on to their group because they had popped into one of the streaming services I don't often tend to listen to, but it's one of the free ones. I think it's Django, specifically. I think that's the one I first heard of them, and it was just connected maybe to other groups within the shuffle that they had. And I've listened to all 3 albums. Well, at the time it was free, and I've listened to everything since. I absolutely love this group. I'm not usually one for electronic music, but I love metal, I love hard rock, and blending that with the hard rock edge, where that is the main staple, but the electronic stuff just kind of weaves itself in. And they're very, well-constructed songs. They're also European. A lot of the groups I tend to register as the more talented ones. I mean, we got some good stuff in America, but I don't know why it's Europe that always has good music. That and Korea. Or South Korea specifically. I absolutely love Dead by April. I've been very excited for all the new music that they've got coming out. I'm looking forward to taking a look at another new song from them, Better Than You. I thought the last one, Anything at All, was pretty good. But again, the majority of the singles thus far, Heartbeat Failing and Collapsing being my favorites. I'm really looking forward to seeing whatever stuff they have coming up. But they've got a very specific style in terms of my music playlist. I just love looking forward to listening to music with them. So without further ado, I'm going to cue up the music video for Better Than You. This is their new single. I've got the lyrics up. I'm going to read along as this goes through. And if this is your first introduction to Dead by April, welcome. I'm happy to be the one to give you the opportunity to open in your eyes to another good group out there. A massively talented one, especially if you're a rock fan. And I will say as well, I might cover them in the future. I don't know yet. I'm still kind of going through my general playlist. But I've been making mention of this as well on my music coverage themed videos. I'll be releasing a channel, hopefully at the start of the new year in 2023, that I'm going to be able to talk about music that it'll be different from this channel. They're going to be linked, but in focus. But this is more so reaction based and will encompass new music. Symphonies and Small Talk, which is the channel I'm going to be launching, will go into music that I've listened to before, but I want to be able to share with you in case maybe they're not as well-known, or there aren't as well-known songs or artists. I want to be able to help promote good culture and good art that is present within the music world, and maybe stuff with an edifying message. Or just talk about my love for music. Something I've covered many modes of entertainment on this channel, whether it be gaming or film or cinema, but for me, music has always been a first love. So I'm very excited to have a channel that's more so going to be based on that. It's going to open up a lot of doors. And Dead by April, I'm not sure again exactly which tracks or even how often, but maybe they'll make an impression there. So we'll have to see in the future. But either way, we got new stuff from them. They've made a presence before on this channel. I'm happy to give them another return. I'm sure it won't be the last from them. Without further ado, let me get this queued up and we can start off with Better Than You. You can hear Pontus' vocals already. And that's a very solid Dead by April introduction. You can tell immediately it's them, especially if you listen to my playlist.
I won't let myself forget.
Okay, modulation's kind of interesting. There we go. Rock entrance. Oh, that's good. I think the warping sound, that's excellent. Like I said, I'm not usually one for electronic music, but I make certain exceptions when it's, when I think it's done well. Oh, that's good. They've done a lot of these music videos, like these floodlights outside. I just really like it. Ah, that's a good line. Very inspirational. Encouraging. That's good. Oh, let the scream linger, but I'm all for that. I love this new guy. I forget his name, but he's pretty good among the last couple singers they've had. Jimmy too. Jimmy, I forget the middle guy. Oh, we're changing the lighting. I don't think they changed the rhythm, did they? No, they didn't. It's just faster pace. Yeah, they did. It just looks like we got the blinking lights. That's good. Nice echo, too. Oh, we changed the key. Okay. That's good. Okay. I'm generally mixed on like when it comes to like last stanza key changes. This is fine though. It's a good beat. I think they transitioned to that kind of nicely. Again, it's got that twist that's familiar and consistent with the general song. The reason I say I'm kind of split over it is some songs I don't feel best earn. Like, they'll maintain one key for the duration of a song, but then they'll immediately switch, and you're kind of like, it's slightly off-putting. Even in groups that I rave about. For example, speaking of European groups, Blackbriar is one, where they have that song they put on their first album, I think. It was well, I think the album was called Fracture. The song is called Fracture Fairy Tale. Was the album called that? I forget. But they had a song in there called Deadly Nightshade, which is excellent, but they switch at the end immediately, and they go from, not as good with key changes, but they immediately change to a higher pitch. And you're kind of like, well, I don't know if it necessarily earned it, partly because I liked the more ominous feel that you gave of the first initial couple of measures at one key. I don't know if the switch was exactly warranted. Other groups, there's a bit of a lead-in. I can think about maybe just some of the old music I've listened to, in years past. For example, and these are very different groups in terms of genre, so forgive me. Like, we're going from metal to Christian contemporary. It's like, well, Christian contemporary / gospel. This is like, again, way back. But Avalon and Zoe Girl, for example, put out 2 songs. Avalon's was The Stand, I think, was what the song was called. It was one of the first tracks off their, The Other Side, I think that was the name of the song, and The Stand was the album. But that one they employed a key change to at the end of the song, but they lingered so long. And Avalon's more vocal-based that, again, I think it better warranted that shift. Zoe Girl as well did that song, I Believe, which is probably one of the more well-known ones. That's dates back a ways, but I mean, it's a great song, but I feel old thinking about it. But the song, they start off, again, I'm not going to get into keys, but if you listen to it, for those of you maybe more expert musicians or you're, instrument players yourself, you might be a little more knowledgeable what key they picked, but you can hear immediately they raise the pitch, they switch it up, but they stay on that verse long enough. But there's like an effective transition to lead in. And like I said, I like Blackbriar as well, but at the same time, kind of like, it just, for me, I liked where we were initially on the first key you picked, so to make that shift, I automatically into the song of Deadly Nightshade, it just didn't gel as well, I don't think, overall with my feeling of the tune. It's still a great song, it was just kind of like, I don't know if the ending best fits. Here, I think, with Dead by April, with the electronic stylization, it's a bit different. I mean, it works as a transition, but maybe it's partly just because of POTUS's vocals, because he's got a great voice, especially with the blend of the electronic stuff. It fits and suits the song. I mean, it's very well structured too, in my opinion. And the lyrics are also very inspirational as well. I mean, it's obviously about getting over. Maybe they meant it more broadly. I was gonna say they've done songs from different themes. For example, they've done like a lot of romantically themed songs. At least you can interpret them that way. like maybe a bad relationship or something. But I think maybe you can also take their songs and look at them a lot more generally. But, you know, the lines, where is, I think it's after the second chorus. I mean, even the chorus is good too. I'm better than you. I'm walking away. I'm already gone. Yeah, it's definitely about a relationship. I won't let myself become the victim of the self-contempt you're slowly dying from, and the light in me is getting brighter. And then to blend that with that, especially on that brighter line where that drifts into an echo, but then it comes right back in as sort of like a reverb with, you know, the screaming. It's excellent. And again, I forget the guy who jumped in as of this new album, or at least the new stuff from them, because I know I forget their former lead singers, but both of them have transitioned in and out of the group. I mean, Jimmy too. Jimmy came back for a little while, but now they got the new guy on for a variety, I believe, of reasons. But from what I remember, he made a solid impression, though, from the beginning, I thought, with Memory, and ever since then, you know, I've really liked watching him. And he's a lot of fun to watch through the music videos. Like, they get all into it. I mean, it's still kind of like, you know, we're just out there. You know, it's more so like an enjoyment jam session, but it's actually a very nice song, though. I really liked it. And again, I've been a fan of Dead by April for a very long time, so you automatically know, too, when their songs come up, what their style is, because they got that type of format, again, that I'm very meticulous as to my taste of electronic music. Like, I'm not mostly into like EDM sort of stuff other than what Starset's done. I mean, Starset, for example, has played around with electronic sounds and it works. And speaking of, you know, Starset of Dustin Bates, the frontman there, MNQN was all electronically based. But even that was kind of cool because they deal with like more intellectual stuff, at least in terms of those lyrics. And it had kind of a techno edge to it, which I was like, okay, you know, it's not that bad. It was a different style from traditional EDM. But it's also blended again with like a more like hard rock, or sometimes soft ballad edge, and I think it worked. Dead by April blends it with metal, and I think it works. Or metal, hard rock. Some people use those terms interchangeably, but I think it's seamless, and I really like it. What are your guys' thoughts with Dead by April's Better Than You? And, you know, again, this type of style, you might recognize it if you listen to enough of their songs. Maybe, again, if this is a first introduction for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to let me know what your comments are down below on it. But, if you've listened to more of their stuff, I mean, you can automatically recognize their style. And if you haven't, this is very much to form with them. And I love it. I really do. And I would hope, at the very least, you know, if this is a first introduction to you, that maybe you go check out some of their other stuff. I mean, they've got some really good releases from, you know, albums past. But I like it. It's a good new song. I think it'll fit well if we ever do get a new album, whenever that'll be. I don't know when it is. If they keep releasing singles this rate, they'll have a full-length album already that they debuted, you know, parsed out. But I like it. You know, I like what we're seeing so far, and I can't wait to look at more from Dead by April in the future, whether that be on this channel or looking at, you know, past music from them in Symphonies and Small Talk. Again, like I said, that channel is coming at some point, and Dead by April may make an appearance. I'll have to look at my, you know, general list of what I'm covering and just check that out for sure. Maybe integrate one or two. I can, you know, find the place for it. But overall, I like the new song. I'm excited to see some new stuff from Dead by April whenever that is. I always look forward to listening to them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.